Ferrari locked out the front row, with Alonso and Trulli behind. Kubica could only manage 5th ahead of the 2 Red Bulls. Glock was 8th, while Hamilton and Rosberg were well down the order, thanks to their penalties following their pit lane collisions in Canada. The Nevers region played host to the French Grand Prix. Light showers were predicted in the region, but whether they would arrive during the race was anyone's guess. Alonso had qualified well, but he was 3 stopping. And this wasn't the start he needed to maximise his team's tactics. By turn 1, he'd lost out to Trulli and Kubica. Raikkonen was already pulling away from Massa, while Trulli, Kubica and Alonso continued to scrap. Robert fancied his chances, but Jarno was a force to be reckoned with. The championship leader fell into the clutches of Fernando, who finally found his feet to take back 4th. Hamilton's grid penalty meant he had to make up ground, fast. The Toro Rosso of Vettel was his first victim. But his error had the potential to catch up with him. Hamilton still had a lot to do. He swooped on his teammate Heikki and set upon his next target. But his earlier misdemeanor had caught up with him. McLaren wanted clarification, and they got it. Lewis received a drive-through penalty for missing the apex of turn 7, and he fell to 13th. Hamilton made the move on Sebastian on the outside. It didn't go to plan. He lost the back end and drove over the curbs. Third place Trulli continued to push.
Okay, Jarno, you are pulling away 3/10 per lap from Alonso. Very good, keep pushing.
Alonso was the first to stop for fuel and tyres. His 4th place soon became 12th. Webber was now ahead of Fernando. And he was lucky to snap the car back in time and only lose 1 place. Lap 25, and most of the field had already pitted. Kovalainen and Piquet were debating 3rd and 4th. Heikki barely gave Piquet an inch. It was a direct battle between the mechanics of McLaren and Renault. A battle Renault looked to have won. But too much hesitation from Nelson cost him 9th. The Ferrari still led after the pit stops, but things were not as good as they seemed. Raikkonen headed the field, but Massa had taken huge chunks out of his times, and it was clear for all to see. Tension in the garage was mounting. Kimi's car was in real trouble, and he had to relinquish the lead to his teammate. His right exhaust pipe broke and his engine began losing power. To remove the bodywork would have cost the team even more time, so at the pit stop no action was taken. Light rain began to fall and Alonso was hot on Webber's heels, but a mistake soon cooled his charge and handed 7th to teammate Piquet. Trulli was under huge pressure from Kovalainen and Kubica. Heikki did everything he could to wear down the Toyota. But a small error lost his momentum and Trulli did not budge. Just like his father, Nicholas Todd, kept an eagle eye on proceedings, his driver Felipe Massa couldn't quite match his teammate's speed, but with his car intact, he gained the advantage to reach the checkered flag first, with Kimi relegated to 2nd. But who would take the final podium position? Trulli did it to take Toyota's first podium in over 2 years. He wasn't the quickest, but it was survival of the fittest. BMW Sauber struggled for pace all weekend. Raikkonen set the fastest lap of the race, and Renault's faith in Piquet finally paid off with his first points of the season. Massa took the lead in the driver's standings for the first time in his career. Hamilton slipped to fourth. Trulli leapt ahead of Webber. Ferrari extended their lead at the top, but McLaren had dropped back. Toyota closed the gap to fourth-placed Red Bull. But what about the battle with Kovalainen?
We just were very, very close, but we never banged the wheel. We were close each other. It was a nice fight, nice probably to watch on TV, not so easy to handle from inside because the pressure was really high, especially because I was much slower on the straight, and on the straight there is very little to do for a driver. But as I say, I use all my experience in order to put a great results and a great effort.